suddenly realized something strange. My brother, who's been limping on his left leg for 20 years, was limping on his right leg today. Confused, I asked him what happened. He glanced down at his legs, froze for a second, then quickly said, "I must have seen it wrong," and switched back to limping on his left leg. I was puzzled, but didn't ask any more questions. That night, my brother, who never goes out after dark, sneaked out of the house past midnight. The sound of the door woke me, but half asleep, I just turned over and went back to bed. The next morning, he was suddenly back, lying in his bed like nothing happened. I asked where he went last night, but he insisted he'd been home all along. Said I must have had a bad dream. I wasn't convinced. I was sure he hadn't been in his room. So, that night, I pretended to study at my desk, and waited until he fell asleep. Once I heard his steady breathing, I laid my head down, pretending to sleep too. But in the middle of the night, I felt someone standing behind me. It was him. He picked up my mechanical pencil, watched me closely, then tested if I was really asleep. When I didn't move, he quietly turned and left the house. As soon as he stepped outside, I opened my eyes. I'd been pretending the whole time. I followed him out the door. He suddenly looked back. I froze. Luckily, he didn't see me. After checking that no one was around, he started walking fast, without a limp. I was stunned. He was walking perfectly fine, like his leg had never been hurt. Something about him didn't add up. He got into a taxi, so I quickly grabbed another one and told the driver to follow. He stopped in a narrow alley. I crept after him quietly. At the very end of the alley, he met two strangers, and they called him Boss. I couldn't believe it. My quiet, harmless brother wasn't who I thought he was. Then I looked closer. Those two followers were actually the police officers who'd come to our house months ago to investigate my brother's disappearance. A few months ago, our family moved into a new house, but the first time I saw it, I felt something strange, a sense of déjà vu, like I had been there before. Because of my repeated exam failures, I developed a serious mental illness. I rely on medication every day just to stay stable. My brother, though, was completely different. He was brilliant, a top graduate from a prestigious university, gifted in both art and sports. But a year ago, a car accident left him with a limp in his left leg. To me, he was still my perfect hero. That day, while we were moving in, one of the movers asked me something strange. "Hey, was that your brother?" "Yeah, why?" I replied. He looked puzzled. "Your brother's so young. Why do you look so much older?" Before I could respond, my brother cut in and ended the conversation. That night, on his way home from work, my brother was suddenly taken by a group of people. I happened to see it happen. I ran after them, but they sped away before I could catch up. I quickly memorized the license plate number, repeating it over and over in my head, then rushed home to call the police. When I told the officers the plate number, they said no such number existed. They even suggested maybe I hadn't taken my meds and was seeing things. I felt insulted. I knew what I saw, but the police said there was nothing they could do until the kidnappers made contact. Usually, they said, people like that ask for ransom. Days passed. No call, no message. The police began to lose interest. Then, on the 19th day, my brother suddenly came home, safe and sound. He had no memory of what happened during those days. The doctor